Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with the activity 1 on page 63. In this activity, we are going to test the presence of starch in the leaf. Earlier we have read that during the process of photosynthesis, glucose is made, which is converted immediately into starch. So to test that presence of starch, we are going to perform this activity. Pluck a leaf from a plant which has been exposed to sunlight for a few hours. You will just pluck one leaf from a plant which is growing out in the sun and is exposed to sun, means is in sunlight for a few hours, and put it in a test tube containing alcohol. Put the leaf in a test tube which has alcohol in it. Place the test tube in a beaker containing water, and then you place that test tube in a beaker containing water and heat the water. So you are going to put the leaf in alcohol in a test tube and place that test tube in a beaker containing water. Never directly heat this test tube on the flame because alcohol catches fire. And as alcohol begins to boil in this test tube, the chlorophyll dissolves in it and the leaf becomes pale. Remove the leaf from the alcohol and wash it in warm water. Lay the leaf in a dish and put few drops of iodine solution over it. The color of the leaf changes. The leaf becomes blue-black, and this shows that the starch is present, and the glucose produced by the process of photosynthesis is stored as starch in the leaf. So this is called starch test. It is even called iodine test, and this test is performed to test the presence of starch in the leaves. Next is activity 2. In this activity, the aim of the activity is to show that light is necessary for photosynthesis. Take any potted plant. Potted plant means a plant which is growing in a pot with broad leaves, and keep it in dark room for 2 days. Why do we keep it in dark room for 2 days? Because then the starch from the leaves is removed. And this makes the leaves starch free, as no photosynthesis will take place in the dark room. Now cover the part of the leaf, of any leaf, on both the sides with black paper. So you cut a strip of black paper and you attach it to one of the leaves on both the sides with the help of clips, and then keep the plant in sunlight, and after some time you pluck the leaf and you perform the starch test on it, or perform the test to detect the presence of starch. What you will observe, that the uncovered portion of the leaf turned blue-black. So the part which was not covered, it turned blue-black, while the one which was covered with black chart paper does not turn blue-black. And this shows that photosynthesis occurs in the portion that receives light. That is why the test for the starch was positive in the parts which were not covered. Now next activity, it is to test that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. Here you have to select a plant with variegated leaves. You must have seen some plants, they have patches of yellow and green. Such leaves are called variegated leaves. These leaves are partially green and partially non-green. And chlorophyll is present in the green portion, but the plant the part of the leaves which are not green does not have chlorophyll. Now put the plant in sunlight for few hours. Pluck any leaf and draw its rough outline indicating the green and non-green portion. So you will just pluck one leaf and draw its diagram on a page and mark which parts were green and which were non-green. And then you are going to perform the starch test on this leaf to detect the presence of starch. What you will observe, the parts which were green, they turn blue-black, showing the presence of starch. Or you can say the photosynthesis occurred in the parts which were green. While the parts which were not green, they did not turn blue-black, showing that in those parts no photosynthesis occurred. So this shows that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. So this much for today.